How far does China have to go? How much more repression? How big a trade deficit and loss of jobs for the American worker? And how much more dangerous proliferation has to exist before members of this House of Representatives will say, I will not endorse the status quo?
There's a whole lot of noise going on right now about tariffs. And suddenly, the same folks who used to scream about trade deficits are clutching their pearls because Trump's back to playing hardball with China. So I did a little digging and I stumbled across this wonderful clip from 1995. It's Nancy Pelosi, and she's talking about tariffs. She's waving around charts and stats full of righteous fury. She's unloading on China like it's open mic night in D.C. She's mad about trade deficits and job losses and human rights abuses, you name it. She's dragging the business community for cozying up to the Chinese. And here's the kicker. She starts talking about reciprocal tariffs. Yeah, you heard that right. Nancy Pelosi preaching Trumpian economics before it was cool. I half expected her to say, build a wall, and start handing out MAGA hats. She's up there whining about a $34 billion trade deficit with China way back then and how it exploded after the Tiananmen Square incident. She's practically foaming at the mouth, like, how much repression do we have to take? Nancy, where was that fire when you were clinking champagne glasses with big tech billionaires in Silicon Valley outsourcing everything that they possibly could? Let's break this down. She's blasting China for slapping a 35% tariff on U.S. goods while we were letting their junk into the United States at 2%. She's moaning about market access and how China's flooding us with cheap exports. Then she busts out the jobs card. 10 million jobs for China and 170,000 for the U.S. What a scam. She wasn't wrong, honestly. But fast forward to 2025, and now Trump's the villain for doing exactly what she was asking for, leveling the playing field. Suddenly, it's tariffs are protectionist, and we can't risk a trade war. What happened to Nancy? Did you lose your charge? Or did you find a better paying customer?
The Chinese want American products that are made in China. And the most serious of these transfers of technology are in the airline industry, where Boeing tail sections of the Boeing 737s were mostly made in Wichita, Kansas. Now they are made in Shen province, where workers make $50 a month. And they had the transfer of the technology and the transfer of the jobs has taken place. General Motors, Ford, they're all fighting to get in to build factories there so they can make parts there. They want MFN so they can get those parts back into the United States.
And don't miss the tech transfer bit. She's clutching her pearls over Boeing moving tail section manufacture from Wichita, Kansas to some unpronounceable province in China for $50 a month in labor. She's panicking about GM and Ford building plants in China and shipping the parts back here. It's like she's reading the globalist playbook and the script for Trump's campaign. The only difference is he actually meant it. But the best part is that she gets all misty-eyed about intellectual property theft, claiming that we're losing the $2 to $3 billion a year. She's talking about China using literal slave labor. And then she pleads with Congress, tell the president to do something. Well, they did do something, Nancy. But when Trump tried it, your party called him a dictator. So there you have it. 1995 Nancy Pelosi, tough on China, defender of jobs, champion of the working class. 2025 Nancy, well, she's too busy Botoxing her frown lines to notice that the Rust Belt is still rusting. It's almost like principles are just fashion accessories, easy to swap out when the donor check's clear. Well, tell me, folks, when did the left decide that Made in America was just a bumper sticker? Probably around the same time that they decided that America comes last. Well, that's about it for now. I'm Bernie Flowers. one of Uncle Sam's wayward sons. Thanks for tuning in to the Loyal Opposition Podcast. If you like what you heard, please, please, please click on the like button, the subscribe button, and share with your friends. And remember, it's okay to disagree. But in order for our country to prosper, we must insist on unity, transparency, and civility from ourselves and our fellow citizens. I'd love to hear your opinion, so if time permits, drop me a comment. Until next time, stay vigilant, stay informed, and stay free.